This is when seconds count. It's not even about minutes and response times. You're talking about seconds save lives. This officer had to be somewhere on campus. Now, this is a school with 3,000 kids. It's a huge campus. He could have been across the other way and just not able to get there. What are your thoughts about him? How did he not get there? And do you need more than one on a huge campus like this?
Well, let me just first say that, the impulse by a lot of people out there who, shamefully claim to be seeking solutions on this, on the cesspool known as social media. Their first impulse to attack, to shred the character and attack the motives of people like you and I, who give a damn about our kids and our future and the safety of everyone out there, is frankly pretty freaking disgusting. And you're a grotesque example of everything wrong with America right now. You think like people like me and Grant and the folks in this network sit there at night and watch what happened last night and aren't shedding a tear on the couch with my wife like I was? So what do you think, I'm telling you that so, I'll invoke some kind of emotion in you? This happened about 60 miles south of me. I have kids. All I'm asking the listeners here and the other people out there who find it convenient to not solve problems but to attack is, you want to protect our kids or not? Or you want to jerk around? Because these are serious questions we're asking here. Then you ask very valid ones. You have a high school campus of 3,000 students, clearly a rather large campus. If you are not within seconds, as you accurately stated, of stopping someone like this, committed to committing murder at this point, then you basically have a macabre horror show getting ready to break out in front of your very eyes. There's a reason, as a Secret Service agent, I used to keep both time and terrain in mind. Time. Your response time matters. We're only arm's length away from the President of the United States when conducting protection operations. Why? Because you have to respond quickly. You cannot have a bunch of students on a large campus like this minutes away from a potential life-saving asset in a school resource officer. Second, Grant, not to get ahead of this here, but terrain matters. It's clear here through a lot of research studies, and I hope you'll ask me about this in a second, especially one done by the Secret Service, that a lot of these shooters, these active targeted school violence shooters who show up on campus with, the intent to kill, they're familiar with the school. A lot of them are former students. If we don't have a school resource officer with equal familiarity with the terrain, you're at a time and terrain disadvantage. I'll just leave you with this. Are we interested in protecting these kids or not? Or is this about who wins a social media war? Because that's all I've seen over the last 24 hours, and it's really frustrating right now.
Dan, I will tell you that real Americans on both sides of this issue, people that are respectful to each other and understand that we all want one common goal in all this. And I believe, I'm not talking about the cesspool you're talking about on social media. And literally during one of our breaks, I read messages that I got to the crew here, and they're literally flabbergasted by the stuff and garbage that I get every day. But I shuffle it off because I know they're just a few trolls on social media that aren't worth the little keyboard that they're typing this garbage out on. But real Americans have one goal in common, Dan, and I'm convinced of this. We all want kids to be safe.